Good afternoon and welcome to Sports Fan Base Network Rhode Island Girls Soccer Division II coverage featuring Ponaganset Chieftains and the Mount St. Charles Mounties. Matt Ellis with you here from field level today. A very special opportunity to get to call a game right downside, and we'll bring you all the action from both of the benches and from the field as well. We apologize for the technical difficulties as it is a nice cloudy and windy day here in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, playing a little havoc with our technical capabilities. Ponaganset in the white kits with the green numbers. Mount St. Charles in the blue with the red numbers. And a midfield possession play right here is going to go near side touchline right to the benches and right in front of our position. And that will get picked up for a throw in by Kristen Briggs. Briggs inside trying to connect to Papa. Comes back, picked up midfield from McPhee. Comes back out one more time, and Briggs will have a throw in again. Ponaganset enters the game 3 wins, no losses. 3 wins, no draws and 1 loss on the season. That is the same identical league record for them. For Mount St. Charles, 2 wins, no draws, 3 losses on the season. And here is Mount St. Charles. Sophie Stalin has a throw. Comes right back out off of the foot of Maya Hanna. Thrown in by Charlie White. White connects with Jacomb. Picked back up by White. She tries to go into the midfield, bounces around a couple of defenders, and then lands on the foot of Hanna. Hanna up to Briggs. Gets punched out, and it will be off of Ponaganset, so it will be a Mount throw. Check that, Ponaganset actually with the throw here. Connects with Peretta. Back to Hanna. Hanna's bumped off of the ball on a defensive play by Ciolo. .31 and change left to go here in the first half. No score. Connected here for Briggs. Briggs flicks up high, goes over top and ahead. Gets it on to the foot of Goncalves. Back into the lower third now. Defensive play and a push called on McCarthy. So it will be a restart off the foot of Q. Midfield play here. Trying to switch field by Mount St. Charles. They are unable to connect. And so it's going to get picked up by Hanna. Hanna's going to try to move it here for Ponaganset. That is denied by Jacob. Jacob now has an offensive possession here right onside the 18. Jacob looking for a place. Cannot find it. It's bumped out by Papa. Throw in now from White. Into space. Does not connect with a teammate. Goes back out. Tried for Goncalves. Goes back to Hanna. And now to Briggs. Play here on the 18 and a run on the outside alley for Jacob. In swinging ball through the box. Bounces around. 3 players collide. Ball comes up and it is tapped by Samantha Omar, but the obstruction is called. So it will be a Ponaganset free kick. Senior afternoon at Mount St. Charles, so both the Ponaganset and Mount St. Charles seniors recognized before the game. Also took a moment to pause and remember all those who have served and all those who still currently serve, as it is Veterans Day around the United States on this November 11th. First substitution point for the game for Ponaganset. Jordan Albanese enters the game. She's going to place Alyssa Peretta.
Yeah, 11.
Ponaganset with a throw. Comes back. Lands onto the foot of McCarthy. McCarthy now trying to anchor through the midfield. Leading pass into the alley. That's going to be a hard run for Giacob to get there. She does, and gains the possession as well. Fights around the side of Maya Hanna before it's bumped out of bounds, and that will give Mount St. Charles the opportunity to sub in. Lauren DeVito is going to go into the game, and she will replace the aforementioned Anna Giacob. Long throw in from White. Goes inside the box. Right at the top of the arc now. Outside play and a chance in the alley. It's Catherine St. Pierre for Ponaganset. Midfield ball. 50-50 opportunity. Ponaganset is there first. Tripped up off of the play. Then it's Clegg. Back to St. Pierre. Goncalves has an opportunity as it comes back, squibbing behind, and Olivia Patriarca has to try to gain possession before it squibs out the touchline. Goncalves. Opportunity now for Clegg. Leading pass in the alleyway. Goncalves is going to have to try to get there fast. She is unable to do so, and it's just shepherded out of bounds by the St. Charles defense. Inside the box throw now. It's going to go out the back line, and we're going to have our first corner kick of the game. Albanese setting in the corner. In swinging ball now. And a strike from the top of the arc by Patriarca, but it goes wide to the left. Set up on the 6 here. Outside kick. Lines onto the toe of Kelleher. Far side touchline throw now for the Mounties.
Goal side.
Opportunity still in the alley. Ball bounces around, clicks off of Halpenny. Now picked up by DeVito. Taken over by Briggs. Onto the foot of Hannah. Cross to McPhee. McPhee goes through the midfield as she tries to complete the switch. She does and gets it onto the foot of St. Pierre. St. Pierre with a wild strike from about 30 out. To the right of the net. Substitution puts Talia Fernandez in. Free substitution rule in high school as is in college. You're not into locked subs until you get into international and the pros. So whereas we may usually call 5, we'll call many more than that today. St. Charles throw in here from Stalin. This time it'll be from White. Hannah heads the ball down, pops back up off of the foot of Clegg. Ponaganset trying to contain, they're unable to do so. Ball bounces back out into the zone, and a kickoff from Briggs hits right off of the side of Perrin's head. Throw here from Maya Hanna. Both Briggs and Albanese were there. Mount St. Charles having bulk of the possession ball-wise, but unable to get into the lower third. Opportunity here now. Ponaganset tries to track back onto the foot of McPhee. to Briggs. Briggs here in the alleyway has no help as she's bothered right away by DeVito, who bounces it all the way back, and they're going to have to come straight back to about the 20 to try to pick it up, and Caitlin Q does, but she is bumped down. So they foul called on Maeve McCarthy. 23.5 to go here in the first, still no score. Opportunity now for McCarthy. Goes back reverse side, Patriarca. Leading pass, trying to get onto the foot of Antonella Goncalves, and it goes out of bounds. St. Pierre. Defended by 3 blue jerseys of the Mounties and an offsides call. So the Mounties will have a restart. Or actually they called it out of bounds. Out of bounds on the far side touchline. Restart play there, and Goncalves goes toe-to-toe. This time Mount St. Charles is able to get it into the midfield. Opportunity to play there. That is intercepted by Briggs. Briggs has a chance here for Albanese. Again from the top for Papa. That's no go there. Mount St. Charles long leading pass, trying to connect with McCarthy, and it goes into the corner. And it's going to get run out just on the line by Olivia Petrarca. So a deep zone throw here for Fernandez. Fernandez inside onto the foot of Halpenny. Bounced back to Scales. Opportunity here. Pick up for Kelher. Bothered by a couple of Ponaganset midfielders. Sends the ball out of bounds, and the Chieftains will have the throw. Long throw in from Caitlin Q. And they will go again. This time it will be Petrarca. Picked off by a Mounties midfielder before landing onto the foot of McPhee. And now Goncalves here with a run to the end line, and it goes out for a corner. So second corner of the match here for Ponaganset as we approach the 20-minute mark of the first half. Bench substitution coming up for Mount St. Charles as they send 3 to the midfield spot.
Subs, please.
Be Shoemaker, Jacob, and Omar coming back into the game. Throw in here for the Mounties, and they're going to call timeout. And so with 19:40 left to go in the first half, we have reached the mask break under RIIL rules. 19:40 left to go in the first as we come out of the mask break. Kind of similar to a hydration break in humidity, but under RIIL rules during the COVID-19 protocols, allowing us to actually be able to even play a soccer season this fall. Halfway through the game, it's a mask break for the players, gives them an opportunity, A, to get some hydration, and B, also to change their masks. So we will restart here with Mount St. Charles on the throw. Mount St. Charles in the blue kits with the white shorts. Ponaganset in the all white with green. Opportunity here for Mount. Long throw and a long pass as they tried to progress out of the midfield, but no one available in the alley. Goes back the way of Ponaganset. Halfway through the first stanza, and a lot of the game played in the midfield, showcasing the strength of defending from both of these teams. Both teams have been able to get their foot on the ball for goals as well, too, though. Ponaganset coming into the game, 13 goals for, 12 against. Mount St. Charles, 8 goals for, 11 against. Ponaganset's currently on a 3-match win streak after they dropped their season opener, and these two teams actually just met 4 days ago as the Chieftains came away with a 3-0 victory, so they're going to look to do the same. Mount St. Charles, on the other hand, has been on a 3-match losing streak lately. Part of that is that 3-0 loss just mentioned to Ponaganset. Looking for a chance to win at home, hopefully on their senior day. Midfield play here for the Mounties now. On the foot of Calher. Goes outside. It'll get restarted by the Chieftains. Throw in from St. Pierre. Onto the foot of Papa. Bumped off by 2 Chieftains defenders. Sorry, check that, 2 Mounties defenders. And coming back to the center line is Alyssa Peretta, looking to re-enter the game. Top of the arc now. Onto the foot of Goncalves. She had a chance to control it for a strike on frame, but it bounced away from her. Ponaganset does have it, and now Goncalves has an opportunity here. Side of the 18 on the byline. Plucked off, and that is from Sophie Stalin. And it gets off of Briggs before it goes out of play, so a throw in from White.
Yours, Chrissy!
Deflects off of the head of Jackson.
Come on, George! Chrissy, anticipate.
And in before it's scooped up. Booted out. Plucked off by Maya Hanna.
Here we go.
Ball comes out of bounds one more time, and a throw in again from White. Hits off of the shin of Jacob, out of bounds. Double substitution for Ponaganset. And the throw in from Hannah. Controlled by Stalin. Onto the foot of Jacob. Midfield play now to Cielo. Controlled by Calher. Looking into the alley, a hard run coming from Samantha Omar. She's not able to get there. The defense is first, and they just shepherded it out of play.
Sophie, head on a swivel. Sophie. Yes.
Byline opportunity goes to the 6. Tipped away by a couple of Ponaganset players. Now onto the foot, and a shot and score by Anna Jacob. A brilliant strike from about 12 out, close to the upper 90, and it has the Mounties on the board 1-0. 15:46 left to go in the first.
Within 5, ladies.
And now Ponaganset on the reverse side of proceedings will have to try to climb one back. Opportunity here now. The goal scorer, Jacob, back on the ball. They had been knocking and knocking. The energy was starting to go the way of the Mounties, and they finally broke through the lower third with Jacob getting the goal. There's Jackson on the throw. Connects with Goncalves. Goncalves switchfield play, a brilliant pass into the open alley for St. Pierre. Has a run here at the 18. St. Pierre, long shot across. What a goal! St. Pierre goes left to right, reverse from the opposite side of the 18, and it's not at all at one.
Hey, Sam! Sam!
And we are in a game of the young guns right now, as we've had a sophomore and a junior open the scoring banks today. Opportunity now for the Chieftains. On to the foot of Q. Tap down, and it's going to be a restart here on the foul. Mount St. Charles. Long ball into the 18, skips one right to the goaltender, scooped up. And Capraro will go ahead and take the long boot just over the midfield line. On to the foot of Leclerc. Double substitution here, one for Ponaganset, one for Mount St. Charles. For Ponaganset's Kristen Briggs coming back into the game, placing Amelia Jackson. It's Lauren DeVito coming in for the Mounties, places Samantha Omar. Midfield play, whistle, and illegal throw. Picked her foot up as she was throwing the ball, so it's going to be a turnover. Chieftains opportunity here. Clegg in all sorts of traffic and cannot contain, but it goes off of one of the two Mounties defenders. Throw in here, tapped by Peretta. Right in front on the foot of Briggs, right at the top of the 6, and she's unable to turn. Squibs outside of the byline, so it's going to be a third corner kick of the match for Ponaganset. In swinging kick comes to the 6, goes off of the head of Briggs in the mixer. And it'll go for a 6. 12 minutes left to go in the first half. Honors even at 1-1. Midfield possession play now, coming off of Patriarca. Ball out. And a restart here for the Chieftains. Long ball sent back to the lower third. Tapped away. Away again by the Mounties to no one in the upper alley, and the ball on the grass is going to slowly roll to the touchline before it heads out. And another throw from Patriarca. In the mix of the midfield now. Trying to switch fielder the Mounties. It goes off onto the foot of Stalen. Connects with Peretta. Peretta to Clegg. Movement here by Clegg going for the touchline, gets it out of play. Mount St. Charles will get the throw, and that will allow for the substitution as senior Maeve McCarthy re-enters the game, placing Christina Shoemaker. Mounties throw. Now an opportunity in the alley here. They need to get an overlap run in space, otherwise it's going to be easily taken over by Patriarca. It is. Then she tries to clear, goes off of the back of DeVito. Defensive play in the midfield here picked up. It's McCarthy who just entered the game, inserting herself right away into the action. But all she can do is head it out of bounds. So the throw-in opportunity allows a substitution as Albanese comes back into the game for Goncalves. Attempted control there by Clegg. The Mounties will have a throw-in in their lower third. Alleyway throw, nothing there. Attempted connection with DeVito. Ponaganset 1. And Mount St. Charles 1 as we are inside of the last 10 minutes of the first half of action. Outside of the 18 now, Giacob, who opened the scoring for Mount St. Charles. Now onto the foot of Albanese. Albanese trying to go outside to connect with Peretta. Peretta is there, it goes back, but it clips off of the foot of DeVito. This is Clegg. Turnover sent by Mount St. Charles. They are unable to control. Throw in by Patriarca. To St. Pierre. Popped away by Kelher. And the midfielders have reasserted their dominance in the game as the ball is bouncing around inside of the circle area. If you drew lines right across the field, and neither having strong control to the lower third as this one gets to the 18 but is picked up and will be booted away by Capraro. 3 blue jerseys picked off by Cielo. Tries to send it to White.
Hey, Sophie, she comes out for you.
No control from either. Briggs gets the restart here. Briggs inside trying to connect with Papa. She's bumped off the play, and so we'll get a kick. Goncalves and Jackson coming back to the line. They'll sub in as soon as there's opportunity here. But first the kick from Papa. Long in-swinging kick right to the top of the 6. Comes onto the foot of a multitude of Mount St. Charles defenders. That is then ending up cleared out. Coming off of Cara Leclerc. Side for Perron. And the substitution whistle. Jordan Albanese and Kylie Clegg will jog their way to the bench. Albanese looked a little shook up on the last play, so smart coaching substitution there. Deep corner outside of the touchline, so it's going to be a corner flag throw for Emily Papa.
10.
Into the box. Now tapped out, defended by Kelher. And an offsides call. Far side alleyway. Opportunity here if they can connect with McCarthy. McCarthy gets their second as the ball skips through, and it's Q with an opportunity, and she shepherds it off of McCarthy and out of bounds.
Kylie, aware of the situation here, yes?
Again, the Mount St. Charles midfield pushing hard. Opportunities are there, and here's Goncalves, and she's split the 5 defense this time. Goncalves from 13 and a run all the way back. And a Mount St. Charles player, that of Cara Leclerc, tripped on her back run, went down for just a moment, but she is up and okay. Ball went outside of the byline, so it will be a corner, the 4th of the match, 4th of the first half for Ponaganset. This will be Samantha McPhee at the spot. High in swinging kick right to the top of the 6. Opportunity there, trying to get onto the foot of Briggs. She is unable to complete the bicycle, and it comes all the way back to the foot of Q. Q tries to get over top, looking for Peretta. That comes back into the midfield, and it is the reverse 14 McCarthy trying to open up space here as there is a strong run from White. And that is now picked up by White. White is impeded by Jackson. Ball trickles to the 18. Maya Hanna had an opportunity, but she flubs the kick, and so it heads out of bounds. White with the throw inside the box, connects with Giacob. Sent back in on the foot of CeeLo. Comes all the way back out and then is booted way in and has to be stopped on the one hop from Cara Leclerc. 3 minutes and change to go. First half of action, honors even at 1-1 on the campus of Mount St. Charles.
Head up!
Opportunity here now for the Chieftains, trying to control in their third. Gets it onto the foot of Papa. She goes to the touchline, trying to connect with Goncalves. Tied up in a battle 1v1 with Stalin. Ball sends out, and Papa will have the throw-in. Actually, it's going to be a free kick, as they call the obstruction foul on that 1v1 battle. Papa swings it, trying to connect for Briggs. It goes past Briggs, lands onto the foot of Peretta. Peretta sends it back for Patriarca, and the Chieftains' offense will reset. Now here's Papa, opportunity from 20, skips in, and is plucked up by the Mount goaltender. Booted high and long, lands just for a second onto the head of McPhee. And yet another bump in the midfield, advantage given to Ponaganset here. Papa was knocked down. Now for Peretta. Back to Papa. Goes through her position onto the foot of Jackson. Jackson takes a strike from about 20 out, and that just squibs its way to safety. Mount taking their time here as we were inside of the 2 minutes remaining of the game. So official time is kept by the referees on the field. Any time on our clock is estimated. Should roughly be about 1 minute left to the whistle. White here with the throw in. That lands onto the body of McCarthy before she's bumped out of play. White one more time. This time onto Giacob. Controlled by Giacob, sent to the outside line, trying to connect with DeVito, and instead shepherded out by St. Pierre. Referee checking their watch. Giving a few more moments of play. Throw in by Mount. Shepherded out one more time, and they'll get one more throw in here before the end of the half. Two goals on the board, one on each side, as Mount St. Charles and Ponaganset battle. As we mentioned, these two teams just met 4 days ago, so they are certainly knowing what to expect from each other, and it is proven
We got time, quickly!
as both teams have played defensively in the midfield. And now Mount St. Charles finally on a ball outside of the byline will get a corner kick, their first of the game. Quick opportunity here. High in-swinging ball bounces off on the 6th. DeVito has an opportunity. She can't get it. In-swung again, top corner, and it goes just wide. A brilliant shot by Kylie Perron goes just to the right side of the post. And that should be our final proceedings of the first half here. We're going to get a clear from Capraro onto the foot of McCarthy. Now comes all the way back. Run on by Goncalves. She's unable to get there. Perron sends it out of bounds. Quick opportunity here again for Jackson. Picked up by Goncalves. Goes back inside for Peretta. Peretta, St. Pierre.
Good job, Lauren.
Shepherded out of play. A very long running 2 minutes, and there is finally the whistle calling halftime, and so we sit at 1-1. We'll take a quick break, and you're watching Division II RIIL Girls Soccer on the Sports Fan Base Network, Rhode Island.
You have to go to Cumberland?
Welcome back to the second half of RIIL Girls Soccer Division II action from the campus of Mount St. Charles Academy. It is Mount St. Charles and Ponaganset. Honors even at 1-1 in the first half, and we start with Mount St. Charles going right to left in the blue tops, white shorts with the red numbers. Ponaganset in the all-white kits with the green. Matt Jolis in the broadcast booth with you here on Sports Fan Base Network, Rhode Island. Good afternoon to what has been a cloudy and windy day. Corner kick opportunity here for Mount St. Charles to start the second half. Kylie Perron. Had a shot on frame in the late stanza of the first half that went just to the side of the net. Here's an in-swinging kick right to the 6 and to the post. Sent back to Perron. She goes again opposite side. Connects with McCarthy. McCarthy shepherds to the touchline. Still there in a 1v1 battle. Tips back for Kelher. Now I throw in from White. Controlled. Sent to the byline. Swung across. Punched away from Capraro.
We gotta be dropping!
Boots to midfield. Lands on Ciulo. Before finally controlled by Ponaganset, sent through. Opportunity there for Hannah. Now on to the foot of Kelher. Kelher can't control as it goes offside of the touchline, and it will be thrown by Briggs. Ponaganset here now at the top of the arc, trying to push through 4 blue jerseys there, and it is sent away by Ciulo. Long throw into the midfield, onto the foot of Clegg. Pushed through, looking for Peretta. Comes back. Midfield switch play here at Goncalves. Now on the outside line, connects with St. Pierre. St. Pierre, an opportunity. She strikes through right to the top of the 6 for an on-running Alyssa Peretta, who is unable to get there. And it heads out of the byline, so it will be a 6 for the Mounties. Restart play here as Perron sets the ball. A low-level boot, but it gets all the way out to the circle. That is picked up in an on-running play there by Jacob, who had the goal for the Mounties in the first half. Now here's Briggs. Midfield play for Papa. Switch field comes far side line, Patriarca. Now onto the foot of Clegg. Switch field again, this time intercepted by Jacob. Jacob has a run. She is bothered 1v1 by Papa. They try to send it back, and it goes to the reverse side 4 of DeVito. DeVito moves it through for McCarthy. McCarthy trying to release Jacob. Has to send it back to Kelher for control to Perron. And then finally booted back out. Turnover, possession play, Clegg to Goncalves. Sent in midfield on the foot of Peretta. Peretta looking to release Briggs in the outside alleyway. That's turned over. A little bit of uncommunication from the Mounties.
No turn. No turn.
Comes back St. Pierre. St. Pierre in the alleyway here. She's going to need to get a leading pass play available. She does not. And as the ball trickles around, they'll have to send it back, restarted by McPhee into the zone. Comes back one more time, but it'll go out of bounds and Carol Leclerc. Check that Maya Hanna will have the throw. Hanna bumped off of the play there and almost flips over. And a free kick coming up for the Chieftains. Caitlin Q inside, tipped off by White. Giacob now splits 3 Chieftains defenders before it is just shepherded back by Q to the goaltender. And Capraro will once again have a boot. A little bit of a shanked ball to the touchline, tried to control there by St. Pierre. DeVito with the throw. Put right onto the foot of McCarthy. To White. Now to Cielo. And it'll skip in and Capraro will have another boot. This time to midfield. On the body of Goncalves. Goncalves goes 1v1 with Cielo. And Cielo will come worse of the side on that. Ponaganset with the restart. McPhee. Goes into the mixer at the 18 and then comes all the way back to McPhee. She will try to tap back in. Play there as there are 4 blue jerseys surrounding that of the white jersey of Peretta. They try to switch field here. Opportunity now for Patriarca. Back into the box of 4. And it's dribbled up by Cielo. She tried to break through the all-white midfield of Ponaganset. Tapped back now on to Kaelher. Kaelher dumped down in that play, and as the referees tried to see if there was advantage, none there.
12. Let's go.
McPhee will now have another restart for Ponaganset. Ball bounces through and picked up by the keeper. Ponaganset looking for opportunity to make their first sub of the game. Jordan Albanese has come to the center line. This is Caprara. 1v1 battle midfield, this time won by Mount. Ciulo gets it on the outside to Vito. Goncalves coming through Ciulo now. And Goncalves will come away with it. Gets it onto a backing up Peretta who falls over on the play, and it has to come all the way outside for Hannah. To Papa. Now onto the foot of Clegg. Comes crossfield for Petrarca. Into the alleyway. Goncalves. St. Pierre. Goncalves on the overlap there. That is taken off by Scales. And as the ball goes out of bounds on the touchline, a substitution opportunity as Peretta exits the game, replaced by Albanese. Deep throw to the edge of the 18. Tapped away by Leclerc. A long shot from the top of the arc off the foot of McPhee goes wide to the right. So it will be once again Kylie Perrin. As we are 10 minutes into the second half of action, still 1-1, honors even. Both goals coming in the first half. Olivia Patriarca. That throw is intercepted by Ciulo. Ciulo tries to control on the line, eventually gets it onto the foot of Happany. Now to the top of the 18. Opportunity there for Clegg. Mount's defense on its heels here. Opportunity. Patriarca. Albanese. Now in the midfield to McPhee. Strike from about 20. And it is popped up, and that should be an interference call as the on-running Ponaganset player looked to be Kristen Briggs bumped into the goaltender after she had gained control of the ball, and just going to be a warning.
No. A warning.
Goaltender already had possession of the ball, had completed the save, so it was not a denial of opportunity there. So in that situation, usually just given a warning by the referee has done so. However, any second infraction would automatically be a card. Midfield restart opportunity here for the Chieftains. Gets onto the foot of Clegg. Sent back. And Caitlin Q is going to have to figure out how to shepherd this one as she has nobody back. Now 3 defenders coming back to assist her. She tries to make the turn. Ball goes out of bounds. Lauren DeVito is going to exit for Samantha Omar to return.
Well played. Good job.
And Mount tries to move now into their 18. 1v1 battle there as that's Maeve McCarthy going toe-to-toe. And in the midst of all of that mix, as McCarthy was trying to get the ball
Sam!
across to Samantha Omar. Omar is dumped down.
Pull away.
White and Omar both over top of the ball for a moment before White walks away. So it looks like Samantha Omar is going to make this restart play from about 30.
Have it. Have it.
Omar. Long swinging kick goes just to the right of the goal. And a sub as Amelia Jackson comes back into the game for Ponaganset.
Izzy.
Places Kylie Clegg.
15. Sam's got that one.
Capraro with the ball at the 6. Sends it out to the midfield on to Briggs. Back for Hannah. Throw in for Mount. Bumped off by Maya Hannah again. White will throw again. Split wickets there by the Mount forward. That was Kelher. She is dumped down just outside the top of the 18. So it's going to be a
Kylie.
kick from
Kylie.
about 2 to 3 yards inside of the arc area.
Kylie. Gotta stay, not visit, right? Gotta land.
Almost looks like a direct corner. Perrin's going to have opportunity here to take this one right to frame
Attack that space.
and see if she can get something into the mixer. dangerous set piece opportunity here for the Mounties. Gets the overlay, open space, and it's with a wide open cage. McCarthy has a little too much mustard on the ball.
Nice service, good try.
A good service had the goaltender drawn. Maeve McCarthy had the cage completely wide open and just dug a little too deep underneath.
Tara, look what's here, right? She's got her, right? I need a little support, right? Ah.
And with 24 and change left to go here in the second half, we remain 1-1. Mount knocking on the door again as they did around the first half at the same stanza. Giacob. Ball sends back into the backfield, headed by Leclerc back up into midfield. Now Ponaganset will try to gain possession here. Hannah sends a switch ball to Jackson. Goncalves on a run here. Scooped up by the Mounties keeper.
Middle.
Long ball right to the center of the pitch. Squibs through and comes all the way back. Opportunity there for Mount St. Charles if they were able to get players forward. It was a hard run from McCarthy.
One like here and one back there. Come on, together.
Shepherded outside of the byline, so a 6 coming up for Capraro.
Safe.
Dynamic change here in the second half as it seems like the pace of play has settled a little bit. We'll see if these two teams can ratchet up the octane as either side is looking to get a second goal that may propel them on to victory. Capraro picks up. And now boots to midfield. Over the head of White, hits onto Goncalves. 4 blue jerseys around in play. Finally off the foot of Leclerc to Giacob. Errant pass. Comes back. Controlled for a moment by Sulo before Goncalves gets it. She has opportunity on the outside line if she was able to connect with Jackson. Ball goes the opposite direction.
I want to pull that defense apart.
Ponaganset will have a throw coming in the form of Emily Papa. Papa sends back to Hannah. Switchfield play for Goncalves.
Come on, man!
Tapped back for a moment for Patriarca. Patriarca looking for Jackson. She is unable to complete. And it'll come back to midfield. Opportunity here trying to go for Jackson. That is defended well by Giacob. Gets in the midfield and bounces off of a few players before finally deflecting off of Maeve McCarthy. If you heard that thud, that was a errant ball coming directly in front of our broadcast position as we are actually on the field for the game today. A very interesting and unique opportunity to get to call a soccer match right from pitch side. That's Jackson dumped over there on the offensive opportunity. Now controlled by Patriarca. Turnover there for the Mounties, now controlled by McCarthy for a second to Giacob before it's bumped out of play. Throw-in comes in the form of Charlie White. To Cielo. Trying to connect with McCarthy, goes over the head of all and into the hands of Capraro. Capraro to midfield here. connects with Albanese. Albanese sends it back to Patriarcha, to Jackson, to Goncalves. Switchfield play, and it's the approaching play of Maya Hanna before Charlie White gets the turnover and has no place to go with it. And we have hit the 1957 mark of the first half, of the second half, and as we've hit that midway point, we get our second break under our IIL rules. One all in the second half. Anna Jacob getting the goal for the home team Mounties. Jackson with the goal for Ponaganset. Both of those in the first half of play. Now puts 9 goals for and 12 against on the season for the Mounties. There'll be 14 goals for and 13 against on the season for Ponaganset. Ponaganset had been on a tear in their current 3-game match winning streak, having outscored their opponents 6-2 in the last 2 matches. They will not be scoring by a margin of that today unless they run off of a tear in the last 20 minutes of play. As we mentioned earlier, it is Veterans Day here in the U.S., so a big thank you to all those currently serving in our armed forces, and of course remembrance for all those who have served, why we celebrate on this November 11th. Sports Fan Base Network Rhode Island will be back in action on Friday. We have a boys soccer matchup at 6 p.m. between the Mount Hope Huskies and the Pilgrim Patriots. For all the action, you can check out our schedule on sfbnri.com and sfbnri.live to see all of our games. Of course, also don't forget Friday afternoon to tune in and see the Roadie Sports Show with Ron Robert. That'll be 5 p.m. on Friday. Part of the slew of original shows produced by SFBN Rhode Island.
Bring her with you.
Deep opportunity. The ball actually stayed in play. Stopped on the thick grass and controlled by Caitlin Q. Now bounces back in for Capraro.
Drop, Minnie, Charlie, drop. Know what we're doing.
Capraro kicks out. Goncalves. Now for Briggs. Sent back up, Peretta. Outside opportunity. Briggs made a run on the touchline and then was dispossessed from the play. It goes reverse to Mount, and McCarthy has a long strike. Capraro one more time to midfield into a mix of jerseys, eventually controlled by Kaelher. Kaelher on the outside line. Tries to send in the alley, no one there for her. Ponaganset has ball and an opportunity to kick out of bounds. It goes all the way up and then finally eventually goes out around about the 40. Throw contained for a moment on the foot of McPhee. And an advantage called. We'll give the ball to Ponaganset for Maya Hanna. To McPhee. Sent back for Hanna. Briggs. taken off of the play by Carissa Ciolo. Ciolo tries to connect with McCarthy. McCarthy late on the run, and so it is cleared by Q. Throw in here from Stalin. Gets it to White. Now to Kilher.
What?
Kilher looking for the switch onto the foot of Giacob. Giacob, blocked by two white jerseys, gets through one before she's dispossessed, but then that is picked back up by Kilher. Taken off of the play. Albanese tries to send forward. Carissa Ciolo picks it up one more time.
Drop on it, come on.
Driven through is Emily Papa, and as she is stepped over, it's a foul called against Mount. Restart by McPhee. Right to the top of the 18, trying to connect with Briggs. Comes back for Goncalves. Now to the outside line for Hannah. Hannah goes back center for Albanese. Bounces up, cleared away by the Mount defense. Reverse side touchline now for Patriarca. Trying to release Jackson. Jackson does not take the run, and so the ball goes out for an approaching Olivia Scales throw. 16 left to go in the second half. Still honors even at 1. Scales to Kilher. Bothered by 3 white jerseys. Sends back out Scales with another throw. Comes in, this one clips off of the head of Jacob, and she was obstructed or caused into the obstruction. Either way, it's a Ponaganset play. Stepped over and Ciolo intercepts. And it is called off of the body of Albanese at the last. So a throw coming in from Scales. Throw by Ciolo into the midfield for Kilher. Shepherded into the 18 and then just kicked away by Capraro. The ball sits out and sends out of the line, so it'll be White with the throw. Back to Ciolo. Crossfield opportunity here, a running play for Kilher. She is bumped out by Goncalves. Ponaganset has control. Opportunity there as Jackson tries to power through.
Hey, Charlie, Charlie, not square, not back, I want it forward. Yes?
And it will be an incoming throw from Jackson onto the foot of Goncalves. Controlled for a moment by the Mount defense, that in the position of Carissa Ciolo. From McCarthy. Goncalves. Now controlled by Patriarca. Patriarca sends it into the box. Right onto the body of Albanese. Albanese has it at the 18. Crossover play by Leclerc. And then it's shepherded out of the byline, and so a corner for Ponaganset. Albanese. High in-swinging ball goes around about the 12 and headed out by the Mount defense. Back for Hannah. For Briggs. Briggs, opportunity there, bothered by 2 blue jerseys of the Mount defense, and now a powering through ball and a run. That in the person of Carissa Ciolo, who runs out of real estate and space before she deflects it off of the body of Maya Henna, giving opportunity for Mount to reset. Throw in there from White. White along with Samantha Omar. Comes back out of play. Chieftain's throw bounces up and a handball called. Lauren DeVito's set to enter the game for Mount on their next substitution opportunity as the ball bounces through to the goaltender and Carolyn Acker scoops it up.
You know where to rest, Sam. I have a sub coming in.
Long boot from Acker. Controlled by Kaelher. To White. Kaelher. Through ball and no one there on the overlap. She was trying to connect with McCarthy. Capraro. Controlled. Goncalves has one on. Tries to get through. She can't. Comes back for Hannah. Hannah sending it up. Trying to release Briggs in the alleyway and the ball goes out of play.
Carissa. Think more important than chasing. Yes.
So DeVito comes in, replacing that of Samantha Omar.
Yeah, much better. Thank you. Well done.
Back here for Q, who shoulder bumps an approaching Mount player to the ground. And also down on the play is McCarthy.
No. Ref, can I come on? Maeve, stay down, that's fine.
Just let him come on the field.
I know.
He's going to come off anyways.
A clock stoppage on the injury with 10:51 left to go in the second half. McCarthy walking off on her own power here. Looks to be just a leg cramp situation. So they'll get a free substitution on that. Shoemaker will come on to replace McCarthy. Potential two substitutions here as it looks like Giacob is going to walk off the field as well too. She'll get replaced by Sarah Mercier. And a restart of action with 10:51 to go here in the second half. Ball goes outside of the baseline. Will be a 6 for Capraro and Ponaganset. Sets it right at the mid of the box. Sent up for Briggs. Intercepted by Cielo. Cielo tries to go to the outside line. Bothered there for a moment by Patriarca before Cielo then tries to go through Briggs, and it goes outside of the back line and will be a corner for the Mounties. Brilliant play by Carissa Cielo to disrupt two different Ponaganset defenders and earn the corner. It's Kylie Perrin. Perrin high in swinging ball goes through everyone, and then finally, after bouncing around, gets on to that of Peretta. Peretta running up the sideline here. Opportunity trying to cross over for Albanese. Albanese is not able to gain the zone, and it bounces back. Sarah Mercier had an opportunity to control, but it trickles out of bounds, and it'll be a Ponaganset throw. Sent back midfield here now for Goncalves. For Papa. Jackson. Side of the net on the kick. And Jackson a little bit frustrated with that. But it will be a 6 for Carolyn Acker. Check that. It'll be Perron to take it. .8 minutes and change estimated left to go here in the second half, which we saw we had a long final 2 minutes, it seemed, to come from the referees to end the first half of play, so we will call it an estimated. Acker, long kick to the center line, headed down by Briggs, off to Papa. Bounces up, no advantage contained, so on the obstruction it will go for McPhee to restart. McPhee, strong striking ball to the 18. Sent back out, McPhee again. Has 3 options back. Tries to go switch to Patriarca. On the outside line looking for Albanese. Albanese switches back into the midfield to multiple blue jerseys, and then bounces out for white. Again is Patriarca. Albanese. Swinging ball inside. Onto the foot, and a shot by Goncalves is blocked away by Acker. Ball comes back across into the mixer again. Still not out of danger yet. And now they clear it away. Still honors even at 1-1 on a brilliant save from Carolyn Acker on a hard kick from Antonella Goncalves. Baseline ball for Perrin on the 6. As Samantha Omar trots to the center line looking to re-enter the game. Defensively controlled inside the box and just shepherded out of the line, giving time for the defense to reset, and Goncalves will run over for the throw-in. 5.5 left to go. McPhee for Patriarca. Patriarca goes off of the back of the shins of Scales. Now the throw into Jackson. Scales taps it out of play, and it will be a deep throw for Patriarca. Jackson. Bothered 1v1, goes off of the knee of Albanese, and so it will be a Mount St. Charles throw. Lauren DeVito exiting along with Christina Shoemaker. Throw coming in from Scales. Lifted her foot on it, so an illegal throw. Patriarcha. Intercepted by McCarthy. McCarthy sends it into the backfield, controlled by Hannah. Comes back up onto Leclerc. Into the defensive posture for Mount, trying to connect with Samantha Omar. Throw in here from Albanese to Patriarcha. Crossover play by Ciulo sends it out of bounds. The Mount defense standing tall here as Ponaganset has spent a bit of time in the final third. They're just going to clear this one back. It's going to come all the way into the back half for Caitlin Koo. Koo restarts. Gets connection with Albanese for a moment. Albanese, though, is bothered by Scales. Ball goes out, and Mount will have the throw from Charlie White. White on the line. Taken over by Patriarcha. Now to Ciulo. Omar. To Kelher. Kelher has no one to lead to. Briggs now here in a 1v1 battle with Kelher. Kelher dispossesses Briggs and has no one again to lead to. Now she goes to switch opportunity. White could have taken a hard run. Now comes Patriarcha. Upwards play. Trying to connect there with Albanese. Jackson has a run in with Samantha Omar, and the ball goes out of bounds. 2 minutes and change left to go. Still honors even at 1. White lets it go on the side there. Contained in by Patriarcha. Patriarcha is bothered by Mercier.
Good job.
And sends it out of play.
Charlie.
One more time for White. Right in front for Omar. Patriarcha in a 1v1 battle with Mercier. Both Mercier and Omar there. Sends it to the byline. It'll go out in a 6 for Capraro. So we reach the 2-minute mark. So an estimated end
That's 2 minutes. Okay.
should be about 1:45 left to go. Midfield play here now for Briggs. On to that of Kelher. Outside running on was Omar. Kelher now. Sends it back to Scales. Long ball up, trying to connect with Omar, goes out of bounds. Quick restart opportunity here for Patriarcha.
Yep. Less than 30.
Down for Omar. Mercier has an overlap opportunity that's bumped out of play by McPhee.
10.
Should be about 1 minute left to go here in the second half. As White looks to throw it back in. Cleared away by Caitlin Koo. And the horn actually sounds, calling the end of this match, and it is a 1-all draw for Mount St. Charles and Ponaganset on senior day for the Mounties.
I heard.
We thank you for tuning in on the Sports Fan Base Network Rhode Island. For Matt Jolis and everyone here at SFBNRI, take care and have a great afternoon.